We had the race car used to be in back of a green curtain here. Nobody was allowed to go in there. We did everything on our own at nights. We worked from 7 to 11 was our time. And I had trailer bars in the rear. And it was 3-link, 4-link. I played with every type of suspension to innovate. There was nobody to copy, but I was given that blessed from what my father used to innovate on his own here in the business. And he gave me a lot.
I look back on it, and it was all a good time.
I remember coming down, the throttle stuck and hit the end of the pit wall that night. Boom.
All the fans, you know, you had some that liked you, some that didn't.
At one time, my car owner, Mickey Spires, decided that to be able to drive the car easier, he switched the clutch and the brake on me.
This Buick freight train, you can't run against it. This is crazy, it's not right. And that was the prelude of us going to modified cars in 1972.
My brother come running, he's in the pits, he come running over and he says, you all right? I said, yeah. I said, Jesus, what are you doing out here on the track? He says, you're not on the track, you're in the pits.
He says, you know, when you were going, we lost 2,000 to 2,500 people every Saturday night. Do you believe that? I said, no, I don't.
Danbury was a great place and wish we still had it.
After the races, we'd argue for a half hour and the next minute we'd go and have a beer together. It was a great time, a lot of memories.
It's all about Danbury Fair. I started working there when I was 15 years old. I always took 10 days off, no matter school, what, it didn't matter. I took 10 days off every year. I just love being at the fair.
If you grew up in New England before the 80s, the end of the summer meant two things. Time to go back to school, and Fair Week was just around the corner. For more than a century, people from all over would flood a small Connecticut town to spend at least one of 10 fun-filled days at the Great Danbury State Fair. Those lucky enough to have experienced the fair have the fondest of memories, the wonder of the big top and the organized chaos beneath it. There were long rows of challenging arcade games, food choices at every turn producing the most memorable smells like Dutch apple pie, French fries, sausage and peppers, and beer on draft. You'd hear shrills and screams coming from the towering amusement rides and the sound of the tubas, bass drums and accordions passing by on floats or coming from the Pepsi-Cola stage show. The fair featured daily parades with colorful floats, clowns, marching bands from all over, and of course, the famous Budweiser Clydesdale horses. The parade weaved through the masses, culminating in front of the legendary Race Arena grandstand. Here, John W. Leahy and C. Irving Jarvis Sr. would host opening ceremonies, introducing the most spectacular entertainment acts the country had to offer. The grandstand originally overlooked a half-mile dirt track for horse racing in 1908, then a fifth-mile infield track for midget auto racing, and at one time, even speedboat races. Eventually came the thrilling 1/3 mile track where stock cars, later to become modifieds, ruled Saturday nights. Loyal fans waited for the gates to open and packed the grandstand to cheer on their favorite cars, with drivers like LaJoie, Stockwell, Montanari, and Davis. For decades, Saturday night at the Danbury Race Arena was the place to be. Saturday night at the races, bringing back memories of the Danbury Race Arena and the Great Danbury State Fair.